Honorable Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I'll just go to the areas of disagreement. And number one, the lack of policy and studies to support the bill. Madam Speaker, there is a commitment by Finance Minister, the Honorable Matia Kasaija, to move away from annual piecemeal tax proposals. This commitment is contained in the Domestic Revenue Mobilization Strategy for 2019/2023/24. And this is what the Minister said, the Honorable Matia Kasaija. In order to achieve our revenue potential, we will move away from ad hoc annual tax policy changes. These piecemeal adjustments with little alignment to an overreaching strategy have created a high degree of unpredictability and uncertainty in our tax policy direction. The Domestic Revenue Mobilization Strategy will address this as well as ensure that our future tax policy embodies the principle of simplicity, fairness, citizen welfare, and sustainability. It cannot be the same minister asking Parliament to maintain what he says causes uncertainty in the sector. Piecemeal ad hoc proposals. If he has forgotten, you, Parliament, have a duty to remind him of this commitment. The Domestic Revenue Mobilization Strategy came of age last financial year because it is wonderful. Honorable Kasaija even extended it. We must help him to stick to it. The help is in the form of rejecting these piecemeal proposals. The Committee on Finance, which today in the majority report proposes approval, needs to revisit its own report on income tax amendment bill last year. Chaired by the same person, the committee stated thus: the frequent amendment of tax laws has caused challenges to both the taxpayer and Uganda Revenue Authority while administering taxes. It cannot be the same committee now entertaining and recommending what it noted was full of challenges. So as we remind the Honorable Matia Kasaija, now not here in fresh, but represented by Honorable Musasi's, we also need to remind the Committee on Finance that this is what you recommended last year. Point number 2, specifically on Bujagai, right, Honorable Speaker. About 2 months ago, to be exact, on February 4th, Junior Minister, the Honorable Henry Musasizi, tabled before Parliament the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2025, which Parliament approved on February 20th, exempting the income of Jagari hydropower up to 30th June 2025, just about 2 months ago. This particular bill of the 2 months ago has not, as the majority committee members note, has not been assented to. The same minister has brought another amendment for Jagari. The reason he's doing so is because on May 18th, 2022, you, Parliament, refused...
Honorable Ssemujju, just a correction that it was assented to. I have a assented copy.
I take note of that, Madam Speaker. Both of us in the committee, we were told it hadn't been assented to, but we take the information. The reason the Honorable Musasizi is trafficking these piecemeal amendments to benefit Bujagali is because on May 18th, 2022, EU Parliament refused to grant Bujagali a 5-year tax exemption extension. Bujagali was first granted this sort of exemption in 2017, which was 5-year ending 2022. In 2022, Honorable Musasi sought another 5-year extension, which Parliament refused. He now resorted to annual amendments, like he did 2 months ago. He brought one, now he's bringing another. I think he has now returned in full gear with a request to extend the Bujagali tax exemption for 7 years. The reason EU Parliament declined to extend the exemption beyond a year was largely because the objective purpose for which it was granted had not been met. The objective was reduction of the power tariff. While Bujagali continued making abnormal profits, the tariff continued raising. There is even an ad hoc committee report to this effect. The ad hoc committee of Parliament found out that by 2021, Bujagali had benefited from a 388 billion tax exemption